Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right. Plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail. But soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
So, welcome to the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, a game I figured it was just sort of on my mind because I just played a game called What Remains of Edith Finch, and I'm like, these names are too similar to just ignore, so I might as well get around to finally playing Ethan Carter like I meant to. So I know one thing and pretty much only one thing about this game. So I know it's an adventure game, obviously. Some sort of it might have puzzles, it might be narrative driven, don't really know much beyond that. But I know one little quirk I know about the game is that apparently the textures are super expansive and like there's way more variety in them in general than you mostly would expect from a game, especially in like what I think is probably an indie game. Like look how varied these different planks of wood look and stuff like that. And that's because they apparently took tons of like actual just straight up photos of real life, and they basically made all of the graphics in the game out of photos, as opposed to like just looking, as opposed to like hand texturing or anything like that. Like a lot of this is just literally pictures of the real world put into a game that's rendered in 3D. So this is like an Ultra HD Google Earth kind of thing. It's a neat gimmick, at least. It's one way to get around the idea that it's probably kind of hard to texture everything from scratch. We'll see if it leads to crazy immersion or not. What the heck? Okay. Wasn't expecting a straight up threat 5 minutes into this. I almost just got killed, didn't I? I have a sensing skill. What is this? The trap. Sure. What is the heck is that? Can I make it bigger? I'm pressing the touchpad and the bumpers. No? My joysticks don't do anything. It seems to just stay at that size. What does that mean? So it shows me a field of bones. Interesting. Could that have hurt me? Or was it not going to hit me? I wonder. Alright. Electric poles. I don't know what we're getting ourselves into. Neat. Let's poke around. This is weirdly photorealistic, yeah. They kind of nailed it. It's like playing some of the earlier parts, some of the parts of Resident Evil 7 that are like weirdly lifelike. Look at that. The diced up wood. That's super detailed. Just this rotted log. So I can run with right trigger. That's some scenery right there. Colors are beautiful. Left trigger zooms in a little bit. You can see some repeating trees out there, so the distant scenery definitely has some more reused assets, although I'm sure the trees repeat just in general. Probably. They can't make the whole thing from scratch, that'd be insane. I wonder, is that the same tree twice? I wouldn't be surprised if this was the same tree repeating, but it's hard to look. Once they're rotated and sufficiently complicated, it's hard to make out what's going on. Oh. You think that the blocked path would mean I can't go there, but looks like I can. Or not? Is this path also blocked?
Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned two things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one. Already I knew that.
This is gonna be my last case. So, am I someone who works with the supernatural on some level if I'm dealing with some kid that knows stuff he shouldn't know? And it's called the Vanishing, which could be a supernatural vanishing or just a disappearance. But that particular word choice suggests something unusual, and then I had the weird spectral sensing thing happen. And I've been almost killed by a spike trap? A number of strange things have happened. And I somehow know it's going to be my last case. Am I going to die and somehow already know about it? Curious. So I've got a look button, I've got a crouch button, and I've got a interact button, and I've got a sprint button. It's mainly the buttons for now. Wow, yeah, each log has a different, or each plank has like a different texture to it. There's so much detail everywhere. This seems dangerous. Let's do it. Nope. Oh, I can look behind me. Didn't really expect that. Okay. Turn off, I suppose? It only turns off, not on. Okay. I must have to turn this on somehow, since all I can do is turn it off from the inside. There must be a trick. Aha. Animal blood, human blood, accident, murder. Crankshaft. Fresh scratches recently used. So I need a crank in order to work this thing, in order to turn on the engine. It's somewhere near the coastline, it looks like. Near the water. I apparently can just find that kind of detail. That's interesting. That's just a thing I can do. It's going to be down by the water, which I am nowhere near. So I guess we'll push forward for now. See if I find a way down. So that seems to be our little Sherlock Holmes moment of like our inner monologue where we analyze the situation. All this igneous rock, also textured, not super high detail necessarily, but it's close. I am playing on PS4. I got a code for that months ago at some point, so I figured I'd just play this copy. Might be higher res on PC. Probably is. So that'll take me down there, if I can turn it on. Can I inspect you at all? Let's not go jumping down right now. Visually, this place looks pretty familiar to me. Not really sure why. Maybe the rocks? I don't know. Oh. I was gonna say the local parks have similar rocks that I'm used to seeing. This looks like it's the location of the collision. Those are legs. Those are legs. Those are legs. Oh boy, ambiguity's pretty much lost as to what this train did. Yeah, where is the rest of the corpse? There's a blood trail. Was the victim dragged away, crawled away? Severed legs, creepy. Alright, let's inspect. Can I? Maybe not. constant hint at the fact that there's legs. How gory are they? Hard to make out. A lot of just red and lumpy. Hard to be sure about how nasty it is, but dang. What does this say? Under construction. Or deconstruction in your case. Uh-oh. Blood from legs. Blood from fractured skull. Cause of death. Blood loss. Head trauma. Not yet. Death scene. Eroded by time. Disturbed by third party. Does not work? How does my power work exactly? I can't seem to do anything with this. There's the severed leg. Okay, so can I do that to you? No. Okay, so we need to figure out how this power works. The game made a point when I started playing it to say, this is a narrative-focused game that does not hold your hand. So I guess I'm supposed to figure this out myself. About how this power works exactly. Ah! Coastline. I'm betting that that's where I can find that crank. And then I can use that to possibly find out about the vehicle that killed him. And maybe that'll finish the scene. And maybe I can inspect it then. Let's check this coastline. A very familiar terrain to me. There you are. We're gonna rotate it. Look around. There's obviously blood on it. They didn't even try to wash it off or like throw it in the water. Well, now it's mine. And I know just where to take you. These are gorgeous environments. Ah. More area to check out, but we'll avoid... Oh! I'm trapped. Gotta go back. Didn't think about there being a collapse in front of the railway. How recently did this death happen if it's happening to a rail car that's on a rail that's blocked on both sides as far as I can tell? Not exactly an actively used spot. Alright, I'm gonna try to drive the train back and see if that gives me the detail I'm missing. Oh, look at you. Cut ties. United. Tied. No blood. There's rope here. Ties. Was he tied up in front of the train, but then just barely got out of the rope, but then didn't escape? Try to outrun the train. Went to the Prometheus school of running away from things, which is to run in a straight line in the direct direction it's going in. We'll learn. Alright, I'm game. This is neat. There's a few detective-type games I've been meaning to play sooner or later. But I don't think I even knew this one was one of those. There we go. Let's learn something. So it would have come from the other side, right? Yeah, I'm in like the weird reverse position. Should I go all the way back? Also a chopped down tree over there. This thing is covered in the same blockage stuff that's over there. That's as far back as we can go. So that's the caution stuff over here. Just like we see here. Don't know if that's at all significant, but it's here. There's a side route out here. Rock divot. Fresh dirt. Rock? Whoa. He's fixated on the rock. Whoa. Is that following me around? Yes, it is. That's terrifying. Oh, there's a missing rock. You mean there's a rock in that spot? Was it you just to knock that guy out? What if a rock came from in there and was used to knock that guy out and drag him from the tracks, tie him up, then run him over? But he woke up and escaped at the last minute, perhaps? That could be interesting. I like that I'm trying to solve a murder now, and I haven't necessarily even been told that that's my objective. That's a neat detail. Whoa, gasoline. Dropped. In a rush? And I wonder if any of these details might be extraneous. Dried grass, sure. And then what? Rectangle, sure. Rail car from the bridge. Ah. They're implying that this is where the rail car was because it's shaped like the dry grass area. I see what you're getting at. There's an area of the grass that looks different because the rail car was over it. Am I like right on top of it? Pretty close. Push it back a little bit. Although there was a swoosh and a dot dot dot, so I think the game might be like, close enough already. Yeah, it's a little closer. So this is where you were located, right about, for some great period of time. Level of relevancy. Let's see. So the canister perhaps fell off that when I started moving, marking its original spot. Let's see if I've made any progress here. Okay. Seems like we're getting closer. It's getting bigger. Let's keep poking around then. There's the severed leg. Here's a log. Ah! That's the rock I was looking for. Take you back to the divot, I suppose, just to see if it fits. I think that's the implication here. Fits perfectly. Someone was coming up here, grabbed a rock, hit them in the back of the head, tied them up. Bad sign all around. I think I have a pretty complete picture right now, but we'll see if they think that. Oh, I'm playing. I thought this was a cutscene. Hi. Oh, someone else. Big British character. Little boy or little girl? Child? finds the body. That person's got a wrench. So yeah, they're the one that ran the thing. You found the body, perhaps, or created it. Most likely. We ran this thing, perhaps? But, what, did he drop the gas and you got mad at him? Or was that just a dispute you guys had? So that's our perpetrator, who may or may not actually look anything like that. It may just look like something totally unrelated. That's him bracing, I think. That's his, like, oh, he probably ran for a bit, tripped, and was like, oh, I'm getting hit by a train, and that's him, like, bracing for the fact he's about to get hit. Oh, shit. That's where things change. That makes a bit more sense, almost. So somebody else was tied up. He untied them and saved them, but then they ran, and he maybe even had to push this other kid out of the way, and then died. Oh, I'm gonna have to make the chronology, so we can call that 1. No, let's say not 1. Let's see. I'd say they bickered over there. He grabbed a rock. What did they use the rock for? Probably to beat you over the head to make you fall down in front of the tracks, right? That'd be my guess. So, let's say 3? I'd say bickering would be 1. Picking up the rock would be 2. Does he have the rock in his hand? He does have the rock in his hand. That's 2 then. The rock came first. 1. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4. 5. Oh, did he try to crawl? He tried to crawl away and he beat him to death with that, yeah, he tried to crawl away and he beat him to death with the wrench. This guy, the kid ran away.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way. Travis, tell me where Ethan is.
So it doesn't work. Apparently if you're out of order, it resets. You have to try again. I mean, him having his legs cut off is a pretty clear sign of those being later. I just need to clue together what the later things are. So, what if you're first? It can't be 2? Ah, 1 doesn't have a question mark. So 1. Try that as being 2, perhaps? Then this being 3? Try that.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Travis, tell me where Ethan is. Now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old man, you need to go home.
Ethan, run, goddammit! Go! Get out of here! Travis, close your eyes.
Well now, I was dead wrong about who was up to what. So I was right about who the murderer was, I guess, but wrong about why they were murdering. They were murdering to protect, whereas the murder victim was actually the one trying to kill a child. Well now, there's some progress on the vanishing of Ethan Carter. But go up or down the coast next? There's so many directions I could try. Here's what I want to try first. Because back before I came across the bridge, there was a side path I never tried. And now I'm curious about how this game works, because I'm kind of suspecting that maybe you can do these series of events in a... Oh! I left the zone for it. But I was still in the vision. Well, we'll get back to it. I've already ruined it now. But now I'm wondering if maybe they're non-linear and all over the place, and maybe what if you can even miss some of them? So I'm really nervous about the fact that way back here there wasn't a side path I didn't try. Could be nothing, or it could be something. Let's go poke around real quick and enjoy another pretty scenic view of us running across this long but ridiculously detailed bridge. It's made weirdly dreamlike by the way that all the dust and everything's flying off. It looks like aside from all the bright, pretty colors, it looks like the Hell Dimension stuff from the Constantine movie. So this is the side path. I wanted to be sure that I wasn't missing something back here. Can't go down there. Might just be a ledge, or there might be something important back here. Ah! Why? Why does this place have traps in it that come together to form a picture? Okay, well that kind of answers the question as to whether or not something's over here. So there's the other trap I saw. I can walk over these. But that's where I started the game. Let's poke around over here then. Try to trigger another trap that hopefully doesn't kill us. Alarming, because I haven't seen either of them in advance. There it is. They definitely trigger before you get to them then. That's 3 down. Looks like there might be a 4th or even a 5th. The heck is going on in these woods here? Got child murderers, you've got bloody tracks, severed limbs, murder traps in the woods that make me jump because they're really loud. Well, I have a little more confidence because I don't think they can hurt me yet. Looks like one more and I have the full picture. Gotta fill in that middle piece. I'm basically playing a bit of Minesweeper right now, just sort of combing up and down, risking myself, because at the moment I don't think they can hit me. I think they just trigger when I'm getting vaguely close, and then they stop. Is that the route I took? Took left over there? Yeah. Just gonna run around the woods a little bit and see if I jump. Get startled by an almost death moment. Not really happening, actually. Huh, I'm less at risk than I would hope. Where is this last trap? Seems to be the implication that there's just one more. Am I completing a picture, or am I just grabbing a few collectibles to make a swirly diagram? I go up here? Oh, you can poke around all sorts of directions, huh? Oh, it could be all over the place. I would definitely suspect one more. You. Hi. Speaking of hell dimensions, like a mass burial around here. What did I do? Teleport? It's the same area, but all the traps are gone and replaced by this. Oh, it's not a hanging tree at least, but it's covered in notches. Sap. An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest, but the old man wanted the villagers to believe this, because then they would search the forest for treasure and not drink his sap. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest, and the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, he found all the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink. Oh no. So he tricked everyone to go into the forest, and then somebody burned it down. And it was all his fault. Kind of. Not really, because he didn't burn the forest down. He just sent people to go there. It's a story by Ethan Carter, though, which is the important detail, probably. There's a burning village. But there's a story written by the person that apparently has vanished.
Ethan, I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
Oh, the pile of bodies is gone. That was the symbolism of everyone who burned to death, I suppose, in the story. And it's a campfire. Is this where Gramps was, who apparently drinks a lot? One dead in house fire. Jeff Jermu. Oh, that's who wrote the story. Never mind. That appears to be the same character we just saw. So it sounds like they died in a house fire? The question is, were they alive when they saved Ethan, or were they like a ghost? What kind of story is this? Does it have those kind of elements, I wonder? Bayfield County, fire damaged a historical home in Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning, according to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department. A family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out at the remote house. once owned by Albert Vandegrift. At 46 Old Ogden Road in Red Creek Valley, Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, 62, told investigators he may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette in his hand. Firefighters were dispatched to the scene at 1:22 a.m. and remained at the scene until around 5 a.m. Wednesday. They returned to the property 4 hours later to extinguish hot spots, which had rekindled. Damn. Let's see. So Gail died. No one else? Everyone else escaped? While Edwin thinks that he fell asleep with a cigarette. So the person who died and the person who started the fire weren't the same person, which makes things a bit tragic, usually. Unfortunately. There's another page, it looks like. After heated public hearing... Yeah, there it is. After heated public hearing, no answer for Vandegrift heirs by Tom Outen, Bayfield County. Members of the Vandegrift family again gathered in the Bayfield County Courthouse today to debate the fate of the Vandegrift fortune, which has remained in escrow since 1961, when family patriarch Albert Vandegrift, 71, died in a mine accident, the after effects of which nearly destroyed Vandegrift Industrial and severely damaged the local economy. James Vandegrift, 38, of Chicago, argued that his father's demands were unreasonable and that many Vandegrift members have personal reasons for wanting to avoid living in Red Creek Valley on the Vandegrift estate, as stipulated in the elder Vandegrift's will. The recent fire in which the Vandegrift home was damaged, he said, only underlined his family's concerns. We're starting to get a picture here. The question is there anything else around here? Let's poke around a little more. So I almost walked right past this, and I probably could have just completely missed it. Well, that's gonna make me paranoid. We're gonna be running up and down these woods so much. I don't see anything else though in this place, so let's try heading right back to where we came from then. Try to finish that murder scene that I kind of wandered out of. I didn't realize at the time that there was another step necessarily, but I had the niggling doubt of like, what's going on back there? There was like a trap and it clearly started doing a thing, and now I know that you build pieces of a thing to make a thing, so I figured I'd try to finish it.